Hi again then guys, and so we've got another GranTurismo 6 circuit setup for you today, and this time it's for the GTbyCitroen race version, and for the 650pp category. I've opted for racing soft tyres, that's just my personal preference. As far as the brakes, I've decreased the rear balance to 4. As far as the suspension, we've got the ride height to a minimum, we've rounded off the springs to 19 and 25, we've got the dampers on 5 all round. Anti-roll we've got at its stiffest on the back and the softest on the front. Camber we've got 2.5 degrees on the front, 3.5 on the rear with neutral toe. We'll come back to the gearbox in a second. For the diff, we've got the lowest initial torque, highest acceleration, and as always I would encourage you, especially with racing models, to mess around with the braking sensitivity to find out what works best for you, because it really does completely change the characteristics of the car. Personally, I like it at its minimum with this particular model. As far as power, we do have an oil change on this one. You want your high RPM turbo and then reduce the power down to 81.4%, which sits quite nicely at 800 horsepower. Maximum downforce, obviously dependent on the track, and we've got a 73 kilo ballast, which we've placed all the way to the front of the car to both increase its weight distribution positively and also bring us up to that 650pp level. Now, as far as the gearbox, you want an auto setting of 230. Then for the individual gears, we've got 4.7, 3125, 2.3, 1750, 1.4, 1150, 975, and a final drive of 3.3. So that's it for the tune overall. Now let's take it out to Silverstone to see how it performs. Overall, the GTbyCitroen Race Car is not a car I would recommend for less experienced drivers. It's not the easiest of racing cars to get the best out of. Just like the road version, it does have pretty unique steering and unique handling. It's not a bad car by any means, it's highly competitive, very effective on a wide variety of tracks. The top speed isn't as strong as you'd probably hope, around 250 with the maximum power and the lowest downforce, so not as quick as you might expect. And interestingly, this is pretty much the closest thing that we have to the forthcoming Bugatti Vision GT car. It's very similar visually, very similar rear wing arrangement with the central fin, kind of like a fusion between prototype and GT car. And it would be interesting to see when the Bugatti comes out how it compares to this one. I think it's safe to say the Bugatti will be a faster car overall, but this car is also very competitive, so it'd be interesting to see how those two French giants clash on the track. Now, if you decide to use this tune, obviously I hope you find it fun and of course competitive. And if you're new to the channel and would like to keep up with custom builds and tunes like this as soon as they're released, be sure to hit subscribe down below. And as always, thanks for watching.